Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is cherry from Barissimo from Aldi's. And I have a few of those left. This year when Aldi's had its specialty coffee, I stocked up on the flavors I liked. So I think I still have some in reserve. But I'll have it with some chocolate creamer and it'll be like a chocolate covered cherry. So today's high is going to be 40 and it's cloudy and gloomy out there this morning. I don't know if it's going to be like that all day, but it doesn't matter because I'm planning on staying home and staying in the house. Well, yesterday I cleaned out my pantry. It was kind of a last minute thought, and I'm glad I did. Now my food is more organized, and I can see what I have in there and just pick some things randomly for meals. So I don't like to plan ahead for my meals as far as having a set schedule of the meals that I'm going to eat for the week, because when the day comes, I don't know if I'm going to have an appetite for that particular meal. So I would rather just take inventory of what I have and then put together meals that appeal to me from that. So I stock up on food, and not everybody stocks up on food, but I'm a prepper. I like to follow the idea of being prepared if something happens, like the grid goes down because of weather. Things like that happen quite often. It's happened in Texas, it's happened in the Carolinas. It happens all over the place. So the weather is one reason why I like to stock up on food. Another reason is the prices keep going up, so the food that I already have and I don't have to buy, I can save money using up that food if the price of something is so ridiculous that I refuse to buy it. Another reason is, if you have a medical emergency. When I broke my hip, that was several years ago, I couldn't drive. Now, I know my family would go shopping for me, but I don't like to bother anybody. I like to be self-sufficient. So it was nice to have the food in the house because I could, stand by the stove and fix myself a meal. So those are some of the reasons why I like to have a lot of food in the house, why I prep. And I just like to be prepared. You never know. So, of course, if your house blows away, that's not going to, all the prepping you do in the world isn't going to do you any good, but, hopefully that won't happen. So my little Lizzie wasn't feeling good for a couple days. I think she ate too much party food. They're not used to getting that much food, people food. So I think she ate too much, but she's okay today. So cheers. Oh, that's really full. Cheers. Yeah, that's tasty coffee. So anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I might continue my resting and doing things just slowly, not having any big projects on hand. But I do have to start cleaning up my bedroom because I have a bunch of blankets and stuff up there that need to be put away that I'm not using right now, or donated, one or the other, depending on if I like them or not. So, and then, I can take a few days to get that done. There's no big hurry. So anyway, that's all I have to talk about this morning, so I will meet you over there. budget book. All right, well, we're in a brand new month, and yesterday I did spend money. I needed to get new handles for my kitchen cart that I bought, this last year at some point. And I wanted to make it so that I could use my oven, because the way I had the kind of Frankenstein cart there, it was two carts, and every time I needed to use the oven, I had to move everything, and it was just really a pain in the butt. So I bought this other cabinet that wasn't as deep, and my oven door just clears it, so that now I can open my oven door. But the problem is the two doors, the handles stick out too far. So I can only open my oven like 3/4 of the way. And there are times where you need to open the door all the way if you're trying to get something out of your oven. So I ordered flat handles. The handles that I ordered sort of fold in, and that way I'll be able to open the oven all the way. No problem. I don't need to move anything. Because, if you have things stored in a kitchen island, it gets heavy and it gets hard to move. And the other carts had things stored in them too. So it's been years since I've been able to actually just go to my oven and open the door and shove something in there. Now, I don't use my oven that often anyway. I usually use my toaster oven. But there are times, like, for instance, when I had the birthday party and I was making food, where I have to have my big oven, because it would take forever and a day to do it in the toaster oven, and a lot of times the toaster oven isn't big enough for like a bigger casserole dish. So those handles should be coming, I think, today. So I'll put those on there, and I'm very happy that I finally got that to the point where I can use it. My whole thing about all the purging and organizing I'm doing is to make things functional. Functional for me at this stage in my life. That's my goal. So whatever room I'm in, I ask myself, well, what isn't working? Stacking things too deep, even though it's organized, sometimes that isn't functional, because you don't remember what's in the back of a cabinet or, whatever. So that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at function a lot when I'm doing my rooms and organizing them, and trying to do things like make it easy to put my laundry away, for instance. So if a drawer is too full, even though it's neat, I may just have too much stuff. So those are the things that I'm getting rid of, or storing elsewhere, or whatever it is that I need to do. So that's my goal in as far as the purging and the organizing. But I'm very, very happy that now, if I do need to make something in my oven, I can just open it up and use the oven. Now, my oven is going on 23 years old. It's the original oven that I bought when I moved here, and I did spend extra on it because it had some features that I really liked, and it's a convection oven as well. So I'm hoping now that I have it working properly and functionally, that it'll still keep working. So I did spend money yesterday, but it's my goal in February to really try and keep it on the low spend. And again, do intermittent no spend days, so that hopefully I'll have more no spend days than low spend days. So that's just what's been working for me and how I do it. And let me know in the comments below how you guys manage your finances, or don't you, so, and, of course, you all know my number one goal as far as finances go is remaining debt-free. So, okay, well, let's go do a reading by Julia Cameron. Okay, here we are again. Good morning, cheers. It's time to do another reading from cherry coffee is good. Another reading from Life Lessons by Julia Cameron. And today's February 2nd, so let's see what Julia has to say. It says, Desperate one, your prayers are pitched with anxiety. You feel a dire sense of emergency. You fear the worst. We hear your cries. We know your panic and despair. Only feel our love for you. Feel our compassion for your plight. Where we are present, there is no emergency, no need for panic or despair. You need not beg us for attention. We give it to you gladly. You are safe in our custody. Calm your frantic heart. Well, yeah, I've been there a few times lately, especially when my dogs got sick. And actually the outcome was not that great. But, if you believe in, even if we lose people and pets and things that are dear to us along the way, I try and remind myself that I believe in the afterlife. So if you try and think of things that way, and I know it's hard, our brains are, we don't know much, let's put it that way. We think we do, but we have no clue what's going on in the universe. A lot of times we have no clue what's going on with our bodies. A lot of times we have no clue what's going on in our countries. So we really don't know as much as we think we know. Even the brightest minds still have questions, and there'll probably always be questions. So I try to think of things that way, and it makes the burden a little easier to bear. And if you sort of believe that things turn out the way they need to in the end, and we don't know why a certain thing happens, then I think it helps us to wrap our head around whatever's going on and maybe give us a little sense of calm. Anyway, that's where I try to go. Sometimes it's a struggle getting there and actually calming myself till I get to that point, but I think it's well worth a pursuit that for your own peace of mind and safety, I think that's the way to go. I know a lot of, there's so much that goes on in the world, people that are sick, that are terminal, people that have to go off to war, all those things, and we don't know why, and we don't know what actually happens. It's all a mystery. But I've been watching a lot of videos on people with near-death experiences and the afterlife. I think it's just the stage of my life that I'm in, because I'm getting older and I know that, nobody's going to live forever. So I think it's a search for peace and it's a search for reducing anxiety. If you try and find ways to make peace with what goes on. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. There comes a point where you just have to make peace with it. Whether we like it or not, that's the way life is. So anyway, that's my take on having things that happen go bad in your life. There's a lesson there to be learned, I'm sure. There always is. So learning that with grace, as much grace as you can, and knowing that actually in the end everything will be okay. So all right, well, that's a lot of food for thought, I think. Let me know in the comments below what you people feel, what you think about that. And do you have a lot of anxiety going on in your life because you have circumstances that you have no control over? Because we don't have as much control either as we think we do. Oh, excuse me. So anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think. All right, well, I'm going to get on with my day, whatever that brings. But right now, I'm just going to enjoy my coffee and relax a little bit before I start my day. All right, so for tonight's dinner, I have all this garlic toast left over from the birthday party. Some of it I overbaked. It's not really burned. It looks like it on the video, but it's not. But it's, you know, not the freshest anymore. I have all these plant-based Italian-style meatballs from the freezer, and I have this pizza sauce from the pantry, and this Italian-style cheese also from Aldi's. So this is what I'm going to put together for dinner tonight and make like an open-face meatball sandwich. I think that'll be good. And since I hate to waste food, I'm using up what I have. All right, let me get this put together. Well, I have 2 pieces of the garlic toast. I put some of the pizza sauce down, cut the meatballs in half, added a little more sauce on top of the meatballs, put the cheese on top and sprinkled it with oregano. And I'm going to put this in the 400-degree oven for, about 10 minutes, I guess, but I'm going to keep checking it. And I just want it to get heated through, and I want the cheese to melt. And that will be tonight's dinner. All right, well, there they are, all done. I baked them for 10 minutes, and it seems to be long enough at 400. I don't even know if I can eat both of these because, you know, that's kind of a heavy meal, but you can eat 1 or 2, however many, with a side salad would be good, or other vegetable of your choice. Or you could do the same thing with topping it instead of with meatballs. You can make it more like a pizza. You can top it with your favorite veggies or pepperoni or whatever it is you like on your pizza. So even if you have leftover garlic bread, don't throw it away. Use it to make little meatball sandwiches or pizzas. So, okay, I'm going to have dinner, and that's going to be it for me today. Well, here I am in the spot I've been in for most of the day. I seriously didn't do much of anything this weekend other than straightened up my pantry and sort of rearranged it so that it makes more sense, so that when I'm planning to use up some of my food, at least it'll make sense and I'll know what's where. So that's about the only thing I did this weekend, and I didn't even get dressed today, so I just made it a very relaxing weekend. Even cleaning out the pantry I was sort of in my zone. It just flowed, And I love when projects go like that and I don't really have to think about it too much. So anyway, that is it for me today, my friends. So I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.